think so. If you look at our last 3 games that we played very well. Today, especially, we did well. We had a few intel about them, and then we look at it as a team. Especially, there are 2 defensive midfielders or 2 pivots. They try to play most of their game. They connect with the defense and then the offense. So we try to make sure that with the subman marking there, and then their wingers too, very technically good, try to cut in and then play a combo or go direct at goal. So we also make sure that our 2 DMs, defensive midfielders, anytime they cut in, they had somebody facing them directly. And I think that made us to see a lot of the ball, and especially in the first half, creating a lot of chances. Then again too, I think we realized that their defensive line, they are not that quick. So we decided to go for the long balls, even though most of the time Steven was in an offside position. But it's part of the game. I kept encouraging him that even if it's 10 offsides that he commit, if the 11th one hits the back of the net, that is it. So basically, tactically, these are the things with it. But I think they are also a very good side. Physically, they have a lot of endurance. If you give them the time and the space, they can also play. And the few times that we give them the time and the space on the ball, we also what they are capable of doing. So it was a good game. I respect them as a team. They played very well. But then I think we had luck where to win.
Right.
Absolutely. These are good quality players. If you look at Su play, as you Nicholas Mensah and the rest. These are good quality players that on a very good day, they can give you what you want in the game. But then every team should have depth in the team. Every team should have quality in the team. So even without them, we are able to play well and win. So when they come to adapt, it will give us more confidence in the team that those who have the opportunity to play will get to know that even if in the course of the game they are not doing well, they have others on the bench who can come in. So it's good for us as a team that all these players, very good players, didn't play today, but we played well and we won.
Right, my last Chelsea game, ahead of the big game against us, or it was just coincidental?
It was just coincidental. You realize, I don't know whether you saw my body language, I wasn't happy at all. If you ask Morrison, who is seated next to me, I told him he can play the rest of the games without conceding the 3rd yellow card. He's here, you can ask him. We've spoken to him as a technical team. Asari too with the same, that as a goalkeeper, sometimes if you keep your calm in the goal, you can also go through without the 3rd yellow card. And then in team menu too is the same thing. So basically, we are going to lose our pivots there. We have to restructure the whole team. But then I think we'll be able to do that. So it wasn't something that was predetermined. It was coincidental. I mean, it just came out. You saw the body language of the goalkeeper. Sorry, he was not happy. Morrison, you saw him too, he was not happy. In team, after the yellow card, just switched off. I don't know whether you guys saw it. I had to keep talking to him. That actually led to him being substituted. So this tells you that they were meant or they were bent to play to the end without conceding any cards. But it has happened and we need to move on.
Even Frederick Asari, Zeze and then Mukwala, does that make you smile as a coach that you have so many players in contention for one of the match awards in one particular game?
Yeah, it tells you, if we were to be in a classroom, it tells you that all these players scored over 80%, 80 marks plus. So you've got players who play their performance is over 80%. You've mentioned about 6 of these players. It tells you that the team is becoming better. And as a coach and as a technical team, we are happy, and including the players to be happy. It means that there's more competition and there's more hope for the future. Yeah, we are doing what we are doing because we were called by the king, the team owner, the landlord, and he gave us pieces of advice to make sure that we work. Everybody should work for him. Nobody's working for himself. Everybody's working for him. And I'm sure if you seated here, if the king calls you and tells you that, gentlemen, what you are doing, you are not doing it for anybody. have a new orientation mentally. So I think is the new mental orientation by these guys. That is by the gentlemen. I call them gentlemen. By these gentlemen, that is why we are seeing what we are. So it's good that King intervened and he gave us pieces of advice and ended it up by showing us the way, the direction, what he wants from us. So I think it's working. Everybody's committed to be obedient to what the King said, and I think it's working. We are very united. We are very focused. We now have self-belief. They can now express themselves on the field, which is very good for all of us.
Your name in the house, please.
They are very good, intelligent players. These two players, especially no. I can't pronounce that name. I was struggling with it during pretty much technical meeting with the boys. Akatuk, yeah, he's a very good player, defensively and offensively. And then Yebuatu, very good. So we decided just to play them out by marking them and making sure that anytime he has the ball, we have 2 or 3 people surrounding him so that he doesn't have the time and the space to create any havoc to it. So basically that was what we did. We scouted them and we got it right. And kudos to the boys, what we told them, they did it. We take it match by match. I think tactically speaking, we need to be more compact and we need to be very hungry to regain possession if we don't have the ball. And we need to make sure that we exploit the spaces behind the defense. But then, apart from this tactical thing, I think there's one factor which is very key, and it's the supporters. Playing at Babayara is not easy. If you talk to the likes of Upokunti, Malik Jabe, what do you call it? Joe Debra, may so rest in peace. All of them, the legends, those who have even won the African Cup. If you talk to them, they tell you that playing at Babayara is not easy. Now the issue is that when the players come and we are playing and then they make a few technical and tactical errors, the ranting, the booing, the hooting, it puts pressure on them. It makes them tense, it makes them nervous, and it makes them apprehensive. It puts some fear in them. So sometimes even if they have to reposition themselves to even receive the ball, they are hiding behind the opponent. So I think this factor that I'm talking about is what the supporters will have to come into terms with us, that the remaining matches that we are going to play, when they come, they should have to be calm, they have to be patient. Even if they make the errors, they should support them. Look at what happened today. Today, did you hear anybody ranting or hooting? But they made a lot of mistakes, but they were calm. And it gave the boys the confidence to play. So I will, with respect to what you asked, I will suggest that the remaining matches, when they come, they should be very supportive like they have been since we started from Samates, we went to Tapa, and then today. Once they are very supportive, the boys know that even if they make the errors, they will take it easy with them. I tell you, these boys can express themselves that we will be shocked. We'll be shocked about what we see on the field in the remaining matches. So send this message out for us.
Thank you, Coach. I'll do that.
Yeah, thank you. We know what is at stake, so we are taking it match by match, like my coach said. It's very difficult because we went through a lot of defeats and the playing body, the management, we were not happy.
Go.
Yeah, as I was saying, we went through a lot of defeats with the playing body, our families, coaches, the supporters were not happy. So this time around, we are working hard, more harder, to make sure that we take things over. So we are taking it match by match. It's a big motivation to us because before the game, our coach, pre-meeting, we were talking about how if teams, we beat teams in our way, when they come to Abaya, how they come in very strong. So we were very focused and we knew we are going to win this match, so we prepared very well.
2 more questions.
When we get there, we went over it.
Last question.
Of course, coach knows what I can do and he knows how I play. So, and since I was small, I was playing a lot of positions, so being here does not make it difficult for me to play in any positions. So coach has been trying me in a lot of positions at training ground.
Hey.
So coach decides and I do my best.
Right. Thank you so much.